Today is June 2nd, 2011. I am standing in front of the Aurora Bridge here in Seattle. I walked about 4 miles north to get here today. And this is the bridge where a transgender woman, Sasha Bright, died. She jumped off this bridge in the fall of last year, 2010. And Sasha, from everything that I've read and heard about her from people who've known her, was a beautiful woman, young college student at Dartmouth College. Actually, something I uncovered about Sasha when she was at Dartmouth, so this is actually a few years ago, she wanted to join the Epsilon Kappa Theta sorority, and they actually had their members try to redefine what a woman was. And so they refused her entry into the sorority. So see, when I read things like this now, what I think is those people who kept Sasha out of the sorority are complicit to her suicide. So now we have to think about discrimination and bias and judgment that way. Is if I'm going to tell you no, and that could be a contributing factor to you taking your own life or someone murdering you, I too am guilty of leading you towards that demise. That seems controversial among people, I think, a lot of times because they want to keep their hands off of the world around them. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, our hands are on everything around us. We have more power than we know, for good or for evil. And to not exercise that power for good and to discriminate against people based on something that's innate, like their gender identity or gender expression, or is just part of who they are and isn't hurting anyone. To discriminate against people based on that is leading them down that road where they would do something like jump off a bridge like this. That's directly tied to this from everything I've gathered. The other side of this is if you're sitting on your hands and you think that you don't have to do anything to make the world a better place, I believe you're actually even worse than those people that would take a gun and blow someone's brains out. Because if you see it, if you know that something's wrong and you're not doing anything, and we're not talking about having to do major things all the time, but if you're just not doing anything, especially if the discrimination affects you personally, it's just not right. It's horrible. So we have to rise up. We have to find things that we can do, little things every day. Waking up and just wondering, what am I going to do today to make the world better? And whatever that means to me. So today I choose to bring awareness to Sasha's death and hope that out of her death we become more compassionate as people and more open when someone's telling us there's a problem. We listen. And we try to bridge that divide. So for the rest of today, what I'm doing is I left my stuff at where I slept last night so I could walk up here because this is kind of heading opposite of the direction I'm heading for today. I'm going to go back to where my stuff is located, and I'm going to start heading south. One thing, since I left my cart down about 4 miles down the road, I forgot to bring my Vigil candle. So, as I'm still hammering out my own details here as I'm walking, or hammering out the details as to how I'm doing things. What I will do to make up for that is this evening, before I go to sleep, wherever I sleep, I have no idea where I'm going to sleep, I will light the candle in memory and honor of Sasha and her life. So, I guess that's it. So, I'll get this video uploaded and see you down the road. Okay, so I must be delirious because I just thought I recorded this post, but I was not recording, so here I am now going to record what I just thought I recorded. Anyway, so it's the end of day 3. I ended up getting south of Tukwila, and so that's south of Seattle a little bit, or kind of on the south end of Seattle, really. And so I ended up trying to get onto go down a side road that would take me parallel to Interstate 5, and I ended up coming into a dead end. And so I ended up having to like walk back around quite a ways and up a big hill, and so I probably was about 6 miles or so, kind of backtracking total, or 3 miles and 3 miles or whatever. But anyway, finally found my way over the highway and continued moving south. And I walked over a drawbridge, and I was starting to get really tired. And instead of knocking on doors tonight, I just decided to just pitch my tent up here, kind of underneath the drawbridge or beside it. There's a brushy area. There's actually another tent down a little ways here set up. So I think I'm in a safe enough space tonight. And oh, and from what I wanted to do earlier was to light a candle for Sasha. So I will do that now in the tent here, which is probably not safe, but neither is sleeping under a bridge. But that's what people do all the time, don't they? Who don't have homes. So here we're just going to light the candle here for a moment for Sasha. So at the end of day 3, I say to you all, good night. Oh, and 2 other things. Just, I did get my first blister today, and I already patched it up here a little bit. The moleskin is great. It already feels better. And then I got sunburned a little because I just wasn't paying attention. And I'm itchy, so I need Gold Bond powder. I need to wear my sunscreen, which I do have, so I will be wearing that tomorrow. And I need to just make sure my feet are being taken care of as best as I can and resting as much as I can. I'm not sure about my shoes that I got. The toes, it feels like there's not enough room in the toes. So that's something else that I'm hoping it's just I'm breaking them in. But we'll see. Hopefully these will work. They're waterproof. They're good shoes. They're very lightweight. So I'm hopeful. Okay, that's it. I'll stop babbling, and I'll see you all later.